Welcome to the Women Lighthouse podcast, your friendly guide through all the ups and downs of life. We're here to remind you that every woman has the strength to take charge of her journey and make her dreams come true. Each week, we'll share heartwarming stories and helpful tips from amazing women who have faced their own challenges and come out stronger. Tune in, get inspired, and let's start this exciting journey towards achieving your dreams together. The Women Lighthouse, your guide to a brighter tomorrow. Hello, everyone. You're welcome to the Women Lighthouse podcast. It's great to have you on the show today. So today we're beginning a series on my side hustle journey. Basically, as women, we are multitaskers. I don't know any woman that doesn't do more than one thing. And it also reflects when it comes to our source of income. Many times you see women who are actually working a 9-to-5 job, but despite that, they still want to delve into something more to increase their earning capacity. Hence, they begin a side hustle. So today, I have a lovely guest with me. Her name is Esedu Anthony. She's a married woman and a mom of 2. She's also a teacher and she is a baker. And the beauty about her journey is that she has been in business for about 10 years. And with her journey of her business, she has not been in one location. She has had to move from one location or the other, and she'll be sharing with us how we can build a thriving business despite several changes in location. Esedu, you are welcome to the Women Lighthouse podcast.
Thank you, Dr. Ime. I'm so honored to be here today.
Thank you. So I want you to begin by telling us a little about yourself as a businesswoman and also as a teacher. You teach and you also run a business. Can you just take us briefly on your journey? Why did you decide to begin a business?
Okay, so I'm a teacher. The teaching came in between. There was a time the baking was a full-time business. That's what I was doing for a living. But due to several movements I've done in the couple of years, I've had to make baking a side hustle. Okay, why baking? I started baking as a teenager, not for money, but for the fun of it. And when I got to the university, I was privileged to stay with an auntie who bakes. And you see, when passion meets opportunity, I quickly grabbed the opportunity of learning without paying a fee. So I made myself available and I learned all I could. So after graduation, while waiting for results and all that, I decided to join the daughter in her business to sharpen my skill. And I found out that I was so pleased when it comes to baking. When I see the oven, I get so excited, and I did that for a while. And funny enough, I ran that business and it paid my way through my master's. Then I got married. Of course, as a woman, somebody has to move, relocate. And you can't tell your husband, so they say, to relocate. I had to relocate to where my husband was residing. And I moved the business not immediately. I ran it where it was located for a year and I couldn't sustain it. So I had to relocate the business to my new base. So having to source for clients, getting myself known, because of course they are already existing business, so you have to sell yourself. And I wasn't so used to just staying idle. That's when teaching came in. I had to look for an alternative work that I can juggle around while I'm trying to revive my baking business. And it's been fun, getting to impact lives and teaching. I've taught in grade schools and I've taught in secondary school. So it's been an adventure. Yeah, I think it's been an adventure and it has been eye-opening for me. And sincerely, I don't think I regret any of the steps I took. Thank you.
Wow, that's so lovely. So you talked about the fact that you actually began your business first, then you had to now make it a side hustle. Why did you have to do that?
One, I said I relocated and settling in and having to move my baking things. Sincerely, when I first did my relocation after marriage to Abakaliki, it was easier for me to move my bakery to Abakaliki. But relocating to Lagos has not been funny. And as at the time I relocated, the way Nigeria just turned, I have not been able to relocate my whole bakery, so to say, fully to Lagos. So because of that, I can't solely depend on the income that comes from baking alone. I had to look for another job to keep me going, because like I said, being redundant is not part of my policy. I have to get and doing what I love doing, and it will bring money into my pocket. It's a win-win for me. So that is how baking became a side hustle. So I do that for close friends, families, and funny enough, how I've been getting my referrals is somebody orders, eats the cake, and refers. I'm very, very wonderful at marketing, of which I'm doing a training now, which I see that if I market more, I'll get more clients. And when my business can stand on its own, I think I'll quit teaching and focus on that full time. But for now, it is a side hustle.
Wow, that's really so lovely hearing, because I know some people believe, some people have a school of thought that when it comes to working or earning a living, they are more 9 to 5 or corporate world people, while some would say, oh, I'm business inclined, I can't do a 9 to 5, I just want to do a business. I know initially I used to fall into that category of just being one that does a 9 to 5 job, and doing business really didn't come easily for me until recently, when I saw the need to actually have an additional source of income. So I want to know, for you, has business always been a flair? Has running a business always come so easily for you? Or was it something you had to be intentional about learning and developing?
Sincerely speaking, business has never been my flair. Maybe I wouldn't have been here today, like having to turn the baking business into a hustle. We would have outgrown this stage. So business has never been a flair. Is the 9 to 5 work that I've been looking at. Imagine, like, the dream okay, let me not say what I envisage for myself. It's one thing to follow your way, and it's another thing to follow the way of God. God has a set direction for you, and you are like, no, let's take this corner and we'll still arrive at that. When you are struggling, as in, like you're contending the will of God for your life. So business was not it. Like I said, I love baking. You leave me with the oven, I will do magic. But I didn't see it as, it's something that I should give my all to. But when I gave my all to while I was doing my masters, that I couldn't combine 9 to 5 masters and baking. So I just made that baking my only source of income. I tell you, I survived. But since my goal was let me do that, get skill up, and then get employed. So I really did not pay attention to the business. But what made me look into it? I just keep seeing myself going back to it. Even when I relocated to Lagos, somebody called me. Are you still baking? And now said I'm in Lagos. He said, the other time you were in Abakaliki. Now you are in Lagos. Okay. I had to do a referral. So business has not always been my flay. But how have I been surviving through it? I had to do some training. I had to learn from my mistakes. I had to go under somebody as an apprentice. Good. And that is one thing we missed out in, I think, my side of the world. People don't see the need of understudying another person's business and seeing how it runs. But do you know what I just discovered? When I came to Lagos, like, I didn't want to get a job. I wanted to see how I can revive the business fully. I approached a few people and I'm like, okay, I bake, I'm very good. Can I partner with you? I don't want to be paid. Just let me use your space and, understudy how Lagos baking business work. Sis, the answer I got was, no, I would think about it. The other person said, oh, no, outrightly. No, she does not do that. So I had to go back to my drawing board and said, okay, you have to just work things out yourself. So I have learned from my mistakes. I have done some training and I have tried to stay up the passion, and believe that it can work. So, because sometimes maybe you notice that maybe at the end of the month is the business money, this your hustle is what is sustaining you. The 9 to 5, the salary is nowhere to be found, but your small hustle will meet one or two needs. So it has really been like a motivation to push it. If it can solve one problem, if I put my all in it, that means it can be my all. And people are doing it. So I think that's another motivation for me. People are doing it. There are people that their only source of income is their business and they are surviving. So I think I can do too. So that has been my drive.
Oh, that's so lovely. In fact, this thing you said about collaboration is actually true. They may think you want to come and steal their their customers or something.
Don't know why it's hard for us to collaborate with people. But it really does make sense. So, like that Abakaliki, Igbo people, in all honesty, they are very good at that. Like when I wanted to get a shop, I was going to collaborate with somebody before I finally relocated. So they are more into that collaboration than this part of the globe. But it's okay.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So, can you take us through some of the challenges or struggles you faced when you started, and some mistakes you made actually when you began your business?
Okay. The first struggle I had was finding my own customers. That was the struggle I had. I've had to literally beg for people for free just to see how they can get to have a taste of my cake, convince them because I believed they can help me. At least if I bake for this person so people can eat and I can get referrals. marketing was my number one challenge. How to get customers was a very big challenge. For like 5 months, my cousin structured the shop for me. I tell you, it was difficult to get people to come buy what I sell. So I started doing a giveaway event, and before you know it, people will be calling me, somebody ate your cake at so wedding. Can you do a cake for this event? I'm in Port Harcourt. My sister is getting married. I ate your cake at so person's wedding. Do you remember this event? And that is how I got referrals. And the second challenge I had was I really didn't know how to retain customers. So thank God for trainings. I did some trainings, and one mistake I made was customer retention. I really didn't, as far as you do one-off buying from me, I really didn't care whether you come back, but I just know that somebody else will eat the cake and then call me for an order. But along the line, I realized the importance of retaining your existing customers and not. So I started doing, you order on your birthday, I do a cupcake and just give. Because some of those people, they may not have occasion every day. Cake is not something that you buy on a daily basis. But I just realized that when I gifted someone a cupcake on her birthday, I tell you, in fact, she started ordering cupcakes for all her friends on their birthdays. So I learned that. And is there any mistake I made? I am very adventurous. So yes. There are sometimes I have, done things and I'm like, Esedu, are you sure you are really going to be very good in this business? I've taken some decisions and let's not go down that lane.
I can imagine. Wow. So you talked about the fact that by the time you got to Lagos, a lot of people, definitely everybody bakes. There are a lot of catering businesses. So what do you do to make your own business unique and stand out? Because I know that's a struggle many business owners experience. So what do you do to make your business stand out from every other business?
So you are not lying. On my street, I have in fact, someone just moved in and then dropped a banner, cake, pastry. I'm like, Esedu, you have not even dropped your own banner down. That's my Instagram page. I opened it 2023, I think. Then I had made up my mind I'll resign from teaching and just focus before that call to relocate to Lagos came. I said, okay. Every time I say I want to stamp my feet and focus on this business, something must take me away. So when I came here, I noticed that you see this Lagos, everybody bakes. That's the truth I want to tell you. So you have to, like you said, what is that thing you are going to give differently that will make somebody buy from you? I am still working on that. Okay. And then what I'm like I said, I'm doing a training right now on scaling your business. I don't like the normal, the ordinary. That is, maybe it's a weakness. I don't like the ordinary. So I've even, like that video I did for you, it's a family friend that I have baked for. The man is on my neck. Esedu, stop this you're teaching. Focus on this you're baking. Don't worry. I'm sure you're thinking how will you fly it? Just push, make it push it, and then it will fly. So I think all I have to do, which I have not done yet, is just to push myself forward, make my presence because that's another thing. All these people that are baking, they make their presence, people can see them. So I feel I have not been seen. That's why I'm still hustling. Yeah. If I bring myself out and be more visible. So one thing I've decided to do is show up for my friend's birthday like I was doing before when it was a business. I could just be gifting people cupcakes.
Yeah.
Can't gifting people because someone has to eat before the person can be, except maybe the person has tasted your product. Here people are very loyal in business in Lagos. That's what loyalty. Like they buy from this person. In fact, that person is their family baker. That's I've also, because I've done a little bit of market survey, and I've seen that people are really loyal here as far as it comes to business. A whole family can buy from, like generations past is one person they are buying from. So for you to be able to break into that family or that community, you have to make your presence felt. So that's what I've decided to do, to show up on events. That's after my training, show up on events. And then what else? Push myself forward a bit more. Talk to people because I'm very, very good at marketing. Like, I don't know how to convince people to buy. Oh, that's one challenge. But I'm doing a training, like I said, and you just have to talk. You just have to tell someone what you are doing, and if possible, push it further by telling the person, I can give you, even if it's a cupcake on your birthday or something. But so 2 things I said: make my presence felt and push myself forward. Because Lagos is highly competitive. They just have to push.
Very true. I totally agree. So you talked about I want us to talk more about how do you balance your time with combining your 9 to 5 at the moment and your business, because I'm sure we would have other women too like you who have a 9 to 5 and also run a business. So how do you get to balance your time?
Okay. On my end, I schedule things a lot. Though I've had to lose a job because of this balancing of time. I couldn't. It was quite taxing, so I couldn't combine that with family and 9 to 5 and hustle. Now, as a woman, it is very, very important to balance those areas of your life, because if you don't, you are the person that will suffer it. Okay, so it's not about win alone that we will share here. Let me also share my struggle. I've had to struggle with that, especially when I came to Lagos. I almost got depressed because I'm at work, I'm thinking of somebody's order I have not done, market I have not gone, my baby in the crèche that is not feeling too well, my daughter, all juggling all of them, and like I'm overwhelmed. That's the word. I'm overwhelmed. So I had to sit myself down and tell myself I cannot take up what I cannot manage. So I had to streamline my schedule and re-strategize. So at work, I have disciplined myself. Work stops at work. I try as much as possible to complete my tasks at the office, in school, do my lesson plan, teach. Anything I cannot complete there, I leave it there. We'll continue the next day. Then I get back to the house. And I try to also ask for help. Yes, I'm a very wonderful person. It's very difficult for me to ask for help. But I have come to understand that you cannot do everything by yourself. So you just have to delegate, ask, because there are some people that can help you. But if you don't ask, I'm so sorry, you are on your own. So have also learned to ask for help. Very importantly, women, yes, you are a superwoman.
Right.
Can do woman. But please don't break down. You see, this money we are hustling for. The Bible says we will eat the good of the land in good health. Please ask for help. Delegate some tasks. If possible, if you can afford it, there is no crime in paying somebody to cover up some space for you. If you want to scale in life, that is what I have learned from the training I'm attending. Yes, there's a point you need to understand your itinerary. When you understand your itinerary, you see what can you delegate, what can you pay, what can you ask somebody to volunteer and take it up from you. You cannot do all of them if you want to go far.
Yeah.
So that is how I've been able to help myself to stay sane, because it will drain you. When you are overwhelmed, you cannot be productive, and you cannot be at your topmost level of productivity. Yeah, you cannot be productive. Even sometimes over that, I have had to burn somebody's cake because I am tired.
Wow.
I am worked out. So these women, we achieve multitaskers. We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Wisdom is also profitable to direct. Please ask for help when it is necessary. Delegate. There has been a time that my husband had to cover up so many things for me. So even myself, I was feeling guilty. Not that, but I just had to ask him because there was no other person to help out. And thank God he was willing to. So that's how I've been able to, balance. It wasn't rosy at the start. I was not so perfect. In fact, I didn't get it right at the beginning. I'm just getting it right now. I had to struggle. I had to suffer some losses. I had to go through some failures. I failed, and then I learned through my mistakes. And so I've advised myself, Esedu, ask for help. Yes, I understand my itinerary now, so I delegate anybody that I can pay to help take care of some needs. No wahala, I'll pay. But just know that, just strategize. Very importantly, understand your routine. Because if you don't understand your routine, bringing in somebody might be another stress on you. So you understand your routine, your work, make sure that work stops at work. When you bring work home, you may be under double pressure because what you brought home, you have not completed. The work home front, you have not settled. Your side hustle is there to run. Please, So I guess this is how I've been able to manage and balance. Yes, we are still working on it. Like I told you that I'm a work in progress. We are still working
Yeah.
on it, but so far so good. This is how I've been able to stay sane, juggling between family, work, hustle. Hustle is very important. So hustle is very important.
Yes.
So
So very, very important. Wow. Thanks so much for sharing. So as we draw this episode to a close, I want you to just give your final words to a woman listening to you now who wants to start a side hustle but is confused about how and where to start. She's even confused about what to do. Like for you, it was easy because at least you had a passion for something and you decided to explore. What of someone who is just confused? She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know how to start, where to start from. Can you just guide her briefly through what she can do to start a side hustle?
okay, so I'll just use a scenario. Now like I said, I love baking. Okay. And there are women that you like, you love shoes, for instance. You have an eye for good shoes. See, you can start. I've done several businesses on the side. I've gone to the market to buy something, and then I snapped it. I sent to someone. I said, "Oh, can you help me?" He said, "Ah, wow, I really like it." I said, "Yes, I'm selling it. I've just started a new line of business." Okay, so you really want to do a side hustle and you don't know. There's something you like. There's something that, oh, when you hear about it, your ears tinkle and you're like, no, I have an eye for this. Yeah, I have an eye for this. There are people that don't have the eye and they're looking for who will guide them through it. You can start from there. Start from your neighborhood. Start from your friends. Yes, in fact, I baked my brother's wedding cake and he paid me for it. He paid me for it. So you can start from your family, your close friends, but note that business with family is very, very wonderful. If you're not firm, you will end up doing credit, and then of course you will know the end point of the business, but you can start from where you are. You have an eye for something, and there are people that don't have that eye that you have. Like I said, for example, you have an eye for good shoes, good pair of shoes. There are women that don't know how to shop for good pair of shoes, but they want it. You can start among your friends. You can start in your church. You can start. There are people that have had to start their business in their church. You have a loud, okay, sorry, please, Dr. Ime, let me just chip this in. When I first came to Lagos, I worked in a cafe. That was my first place I worked, in a cafe. Okay, so the lady sells juice, and she said she started her juice business in the church. She used to make fruit juice, take it to church every Sunday. That is where she started from, and it became a big thing till she had to get a shop for it. But I didn't stay there for long because of distance and Lagos wahala. Okay, so you can start from your community. Those of us that have groups of friends, you can start from there, and then you see from one step to the other as the market expands, you can scale from there. So sometimes we are afraid to start. Just start small. You can start with one pair of shoes. You can start with a cupcake. If you love good cakes and you've been attending birthday parties and you're eating rubbish, you can start baking. You can start with your friend's daughter's birthday cake. You can sew. You sew for yourself. Each time you take your dress to a tailor, you end up not using it. You can start learning how to sew, meaning you have an eye for good tailoring. So I'm sure that all of us can do something to add with what we are doing. So I think you should just tailor yourself to what you have an eye for. If you have an eye for something, just give it a try. Tell 1 or 2 people about it. I can help you source this. I can help you. There are people that their hobby is to go to they like shopping. You can use your weekend and do that for people. There are those that don't to go to the market is like a struggle. So you can, among your friends, among your community, and then take note to start from where you are. That is usually very important. Before, yes, the dream is big, but we know that little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. Start with that resources that God has put in your hand. Start from where you are, and the rest will be history. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us, Esedu. And just to recap a few of the things you said on how to build a thriving business despite changes in location. First, on the study someone's business in the new location you are at. Partner and collaborate, even though it could be challenging, but seek out for partnerships and collaboration. Then train and improve your skills, referrals. When you establish new customers, encourage them to also refer. Then also prioritize customer experience and loyalty over profit making, and build a business presence by talking about what you do and marketing your business. Thank you for sharing this and much more with us today. And we believe that a lot of women listening to you today have been able to pick 1 or 2 things that can help them on their side hustle journey. Thank you, Esedu.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Women Lighthouse podcast. We really hope today's episode has given you some great tools, resources, and a boost of confidence to take charge of your journey. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe on our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. You can also follow us on our social media handle for even more tips and a wonderful community that's all about supporting your growth. Join us next time for more uplifting stories and encouraging insights. Until we meet again, keep shining bright, stay inspired, and embrace your unique path to a better tomorrow.